just finished building a marsh with many project partners, including CCA helping us. We very much appreciate being able to finally come to completion. What we're doing is protecting 17.7 acres of marsh, and we're creating 10 acres of marsh. The bayou has some very deep sections up in the upper reaches and has a salt wedge right here. What happened is all the water drains from Dickinson Bayou to this one area. So a tremendous amount of sediment was being deposited in the channel, and that was making that shallow. And then what was happening is tidal water would come into the bayou, and then it couldn't get out of the bayou. And then we were getting fish kills. We knew that we had lost a lot of shoreline, so we got some historic Tobin photos from 1930s, and we compared it to the 2009 photos, and we found out that we had lost 36 acres of marsh. Now the channel is 9 feet deep, and the flow is so much better. You can see the tidal exchange. It's just incredible, and every time I see it, I was like, this was worth waiting for.
CCA Texas and Habitat Today for Fish Tomorrow are excited when we get to be a part of these projects and actually be out hands-on with our volunteers and staff doing plantings, watching the projects progress.
If you're going to plant the outside slopes, you have a single plant with a bare root. Then what you have here, it's about the same size, but the important thing is, has this huge mud cluster on the end. Looks pretty nasty. These plants go into the ground, and then by the time we come back here to plant in the spring, well, we have 1,000 volunteers. We're going to be able just to fill in the gaps.
It's a project that CCA has contributed $75,000 to. These dollars were very significant, very important in helping Parks and Wildlife get CMP grants. These funds were used as matching dollars and were a part of the planning that was done today, as well as the early stage construction. This project has actually been in the works since 2009 when Parks and Wildlife and Jan Culberson first started working on it. 18 feet alone were lost during the period of putting the project together, securing the grants, and it's finally gotten this far. The project is complete. Now we have a flow again in the bayou here. It's not bottlenecked due to shallow waters. What was removed to reestablish that flow is the beneficial use materials that's put into the cells to create the marsh. So it's a benefit to the entire ecosystem. The bayous that feed into this marsh feed into the Galveston Bay, and this marsh will create as natural filters and put a clean freshwater feed into the Gulf.
This project site was the perfect place to do a restoration project. I'm very proud to say that it looks like it's going to be very successful.